Alright, welcome back to the channel and the build of our bat van. And today we're going to pick up where we left off, and we're going to do the passenger side of the van, and we're going to start working on the galley area. So with all that, let me show you what I plan on doing and how it's going to turn out, I hope. So stay tuned. Alright, so I sort of sketched out what I think the design I want, and we're going to go ahead and put things together. So our kitchen is going to have an area for a stove oven combo. We'll have the sink on this side. We'll have 3 drawers and 2 drawers under the stove, and we'll have a cabinet right here. This way we can access underneath the sink and for our water. So, and I also have everything measured out, labeled, blah blah blah, and cut all my wood. And so we have sitting on the table our frame, just getting ready to assemble. I went ahead and pocket holed, I must have done 100 pocket holes, and we've got things just sitting in place. So I'm going to go ahead and start attaching all these, and I'll give you a little progress report once I get this side done. This is the back side, and then we'll do the front, and then we can do all the cross members, and we'll hopefully have something like this when we're done. So hang in there, let me get all this together. Alright, so I've been out here putting the sticks together using the pocket hole screws, 1.25 inch for the 3/4 inch wood, and things are coming together. So I thought before I'd shut her down for the night, I'll show you what I got done and what we have left to do, and then I've got to test it in the van to see if it'll fit and make sure everything looks square-ish. So let me show you what I got done. Alright, well, with any luck, that's kind of what we wanted to have once things started going together. So I think that's kind of what I have now that it's somewhat all together. So it's coming right along, and I've just got a few more boards I need to get installed, and then we can start putting on some plywood, I think. So let me show you what I have left to do. Well, what I need to do is finish installing. I've got like 6 boards left, but I'm beat, so I'm done. I've got the boards that I need to put across here that we can attach our drawer slides to, and that way everything works good. Bottoms are done. I need to install a couple of rails here as well, so we can install the drawer slides. Then one more brace up at the top here, and then we can start putting the plywood in here to box in for our stove. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, and finally get that thing out of the box and put it in here, and I hope it fits. Man, I don't want to be chiseling any of that stuff out. Alright, well, I'm going to wrap that up, call it a night, and we'll be back at it first thing in the morning. We'll finish that up, get some plywood cut, and then maybe test out that stove in there. We'll see. I do want to set this in the van to make sure that it's got all my clearances. I've got this little notch, and I'll show you why that's there. See if you can see that. Alright, well, and hopefully that's in the right spot. A lot of hoping going on. Alright, hope we'll get it done tomorrow. Stay tuned. Alright, new day, and we're back at it. So now we're getting ready to put the platform on so our stove can slide in. So I've got the bottom cut. We're going to go ahead and get that glued, and then we'll run some staples in there to hold things in place. And then I've also got the side panels that we'll be installing after that. So we'll get that in, we'll move everything aside in the garage, situate stuff, bring in that stove, and let's see if it fits. Okay, I'll give you another shot once I get everything complete. Alright, little progress update here. So we have our frame all built. We have a platform for the stove and the walls installed. And all that's left here is the back, for the back of the stove. And our stove is right there. We're going to unbox that. I opened it just to get the instructions out, so I kind of knew how big to make this opening here. But I might have made my tolerances too tight, so we're gonna unbox this thing, set parts up here, and hopefully get the stove in here just to see how close we are and where I need to put that back wall. So let me set up the camera and dig into that. Alright, let's see what we have here. See if I can't get it out of here. Well, it's nice and packaged. We're packaged well, let's say that. Set that aside, and then pull this out, see if we can't get the top off, and then get things in there and fit. Okay, so the big test is will it fit in here, and well, we won't know until we try it. So let me grab that. We'll attempt to slide it in here and see if it fits, and then I can figure out how far back I can make my wall. So let me grab this. It fit. Alright, well, let's take a look at some stuff here and admire our work. Alright, so we're setting in place, and we have just the right amount of gap because I still have to put a face on this with my Formica, which is about 1/4 of an inch, so that's what that reveal is. Looks good. And bolts touch right here, but once the face is on, I think that will disappear. The same both sides. And for some reason, I'm zooming you in. Alright, let's take you right back out. Alright, so it's resting on that right now. We'll have a little opening here at the bottom for a little bit of ventilation. And then here on the side, our countertop is 1.5 inches, and right now we're sitting at 1.25 inches, so that'll raise up another 1/4 of an inch, give me nice clearance here at the bottom. And I'm looking good here on the back. Yeah, look at that, just the right amount of gapage. Got me some gappage going on there. Right. Sweet. Alright, so now I think what I'll do is mark where I need to put my wall. I'll probably bring it back about right here somewhere, and that's going to look pretty decent. Cool. Well, let me set the top on here so I know exactly where to mark things, and we'll get that in there nice and pretty like. Alright, so the biggest worry is out of the way. So the stove fits perfect, and now I'm looking forward to getting the whole thing done. Sweet. So plenty of clearance around it. Next I will install the back wall. I know exactly where I want it to be. and we'll take this out, we'll get that installed, and probably next will be to go ahead and side the thing. But I think before we do that, last thing we're going to do is we're going to test the fit of this. So I'm going to take everything out, put things away, and we'll set this in the van just to make sure that the counter... Now we got the stove to fit, let's make sure everything else fits in the van, right? Okay, cool. That's our next step. And here it is setting in place somewhat. So I stuck it in here, and it's pretty level. It doesn't wobble or anything, so we're flat to the surface here on the floor. The only problem I have is this little notch that I made in here. I wanted to slip under here so it goes back against the wall. And I've got clearance on this side, but as you get to the back, it's pretty tight, so I'm going to have to take this board off and just sand it a little bit from 0 down to probably 1/8 of an inch, maybe, if that. And that'll give me enough to push it back, touch the wall, and everything should be nice and secure-ish. Sweet. Well, that's kind of what it's going to look like in here. It's hard to get a full shot with this camera, but it's coming along. And I did have some foam, and I had some material, so I got some cushions made from a gal named Anna's Creation. And anyway, she did an okay job. It'll serve my purposes for now. And this cushion here will be for when I convert this into a bed. Put that down and yeah, make a nice little onesie. Cool. Alright, so I've got to touch up that board there and attach this back wall and then finish it out. Then we can work on some drawers, get everything done. Then we get the countertop, figure out where our sink is going to be, cut everything out, and whew, sounds like a lot, and but it should go pretty quick. Alright, pretty happy with that. It's turning out good. Alright, now that we test fit everything and it fits in the van, I went ahead and paneled the sides. For the back, I put a 1/2 inch piece of plywood. For the front, used a 1/4. For this side, I used a 1/2 inch. That one's against the bed and the bulkhead, so I'm not going to panel that on the outside. And I think we are ready to start the laminate. And I think I'm going to do the side first. So I'm going to set this up on edge, get my glue ready, and well, hopefully by the end of the day, I have all the laminate in and all the holes routed out that I need. We'll see what it looks like, and then we might stick it back in the van. So I'll give you another shot once it's all laminated, and it ought to look pretty good. So let's get moving. Alright, after a little bit of cutting, gluing, and smashing, I've got my cabinet finished. As far as all the siding's on, our laminate is on, holes are now cut out, and right now it's kind of sitting on the side because I'm going to go push this out and set it in the van, and then we'll start working on some drawers. So the stove goes here, a couple drawers here. I've got 3 areas for a drawer and a cabinet space here, which are gray water, and maybe the water tank will set. And then we have the countertop with the sink up above here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set out in the van. Might give you one more shot, and then we'll just call this one done. So anyway, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Turned out really nice. On the outside of the van, I've got 2 openings here, so the lids will fold down, and I'll be able to access in behind there, get to any gas fittings or stuff. So that's what I'm doing and going to do. So let me go ahead and get that stuffed in the van, and we can call it a day. Alright, so it's starting to look pretty smart in there. So we've got this opening here. We can put some shoes down here on the bottom, drawer will be on the front. Here we'll probably store, I don't know, we'll see. And then on the inside, we'll have a cabinet door here, swings out, 3 drawers here, and 2 drawers here at the bottom for all your cookware. I think that's going to look pretty nice. Yeah. Little stove sitting up here. Once everything's in there, all the lights are on, it's going to look pretty hot. Right on. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. So galley's almost in and done. So I didn't show you how to do it, but just give you a little progress report, and things are coming together. So next I need to get the cabinet top. I got some hinges I got to get, some drawer slides, and some more gas struts, I think a couple of those, and yeah, get the countertop cut out, ready to install. Sweet. And then build some drawers. So that'll probably be down the road a little bit. I want to get everything set in place, bolted down, and countertop in place where I do the drawers, just make sure everything fits. So it's looking good, it's coming right along, so I think that's going to work and do fine. Alright, well, thanks for sticking it out this far, and hope you like what you've been seeing as far as the build goes. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Stay tuned.